I built a full AR SDR cold outreach agent, and in this video I'm going to show you how I've built this. So basically I have two versions of the AI agent. The first one, it collects LinkedIn jobs, LinkedIn job posts, and then checks the company name, the decision maker, finds the email, writes the email, cold email, personalized, and then put them into the sending system. And I have one that's based on your own data. So you have a Google Sheet with company names, and you are company names and email addresses, and you are writing the cold email based on that. So let's start with the LinkedIn Jobs agent. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the Apify LinkedIn job post scraper. So Apify is basically a full API platform where you can add, it's like the Zapier of APIs. So you want to go to LinkedIn scraper and find the job scraper. You can add it to your NAAD template. So you basically put the URL of the actor with your API key over here. And then you need to add some settings. So with how many rows you want to pick and what the title is of the job post. So for now I'm doing SDR, but it can be developers or sales representatives. It doesn't matter. Every title they have on LinkedIn, you can scrape it over here. These settings you can also find into the Apify actor, so you won't have to copy this. You can just go in the actor, try it for free, and you can add it to the N8N template. From there on, we have a merge and dataset availability node, because sometimes it takes a few seconds for the Apify node to go full around. So what you want is you want to merge some data, retrieve the data, and ask if the dataset is available. If it's not, it will wait for a few seconds and then try again, because otherwise the workflow and it then goes further into the next node, but you don't have the data yet over here. So that's something you don't want to have. So this is basically a waiting node to check if the data is available already. If it's not, it's going to wait again until they have the data. So then what you want to do is you want to scrape the LinkedIn company URL of the data we retrieved in the LinkedIn job scraper. So the company is already URL is already in the data you retrieve over here. Then I've built a remove HTML code, because what you get if they scrape the website, you get a lot of data and a lot of code. You don't want that, because basically you need some information of the website. So what I'm doing here, and this is a script I got from ChatGPT. If you are downloading the JSON files underneath this video, then you have the script, so you won't have to copy that. Then from the remove HTML, I asked ChatGPT to check the URL. So it's basically ChatGPT node where it says, based on the provided LinkedIn profile content, identify the company name mentioned in the profile, locate the website URL associated with this company, and return it in the plain text. Because on this way we can use it into the later personalization. So sometimes the poster of this job on LinkedIn has a name. And if you have a name, then you can find the email easily. So what I do here is I ask, right, in the dataset available, is there a full name or not? If there's a full name, then an email finder can take the name, company URL and the name, and find it based off those data points. So I use an email finder to basically find the emails. Over here is find verified emails. It's basically one of the best tools you can have to find email addresses. From there on, we scrape the website. Again, we remove the HTML, and then so this is basically the same process as over here, the company scraper, but then it's the website URL. And then from there on, we're going to ask ChatGPT to analyze the website and check for recent growth of milestones or reviews we can use in the cold outreach. So basically I tell ChatGPT that you are a professional business analyst, website data extraction. Your task is to analyze and interpret the scraped homepage. So here again, I'm asking to do that. Summarize the key message, the value prop. And now you can fine tune this prompt, but this is a prompt I use, which is working pretty good. Also the output is very important. Provide a professional, well-organized output. And when you have, then I'm asking to clean the company name, because sometimes you have a LLC, for example, after the website or after the company name, and you don't want that because it's not that professional in the email. So this is the prompt I use to clean the company name. And then we are writing the cold email. I use Claude for that because it's basically the best and most neutral writer of emails. So we have the cleaned company name, we have the main activities from the website, we have success stories, and then I'm asking, you are an expert in crafting personalized engaging outreach emails. Use to provide the data points to create concise 3-line outreach message targeting B2B leaders. So basically, based off what we have here, I'm asking to make sure to output 3 personalized sentences and write the email from there. And then I'm uploading it to Instantly, and from there on, it's pushed into the campaign, and the email is pushed out. Dat stukje moet eruit. All right, now we go to the Google Sheets version. So based on your own data, so if you have your own data set, your own companies and own decision makers in it, what you can do then is basically add the N8N node to the Google Sheets. It's important to only return the first matching row. So what we are doing later on is updating the Google Sheets, and then it basically goes to the next row, and otherwise it's already achieving all the rows in the document, and that's something you don't want because you want to do it row by row. So again, I'm asking ChatGPT to identify the company URL. So this is basically the same, scrape the website. Sometimes it's not possible to scrape the website, so what I'm doing then is I'm going to push it to a error update to Google Sheets, where it says something like can't scrape, for example. Then again, I'm removing the HTML, so it's basically the same node. Then I'm asking OpenAI, based on the plain text from the website, identify if the company is a B2B company. So that's something, it's an extra node, because sometimes, for example, in this outreach, I only want B2B companies. So you can change it to B2B or B2C, or if it doesn't matter, you can delete the node and go further. If it isn't going to find if it's a B2B company, then again, I want to update the Google Sheets file, and I don't want the workflow to go any further, because in this situation, I have nothing to do with B2C companies. So it's only then getting more costs over here, and I don't want that. Then again, I have the recent growth. You're an expert in extracting, analyze the following scrape from the company's homepage. So it's again the same ChatGPT prompt to use to check what the recent growth is. Again, I'm cleaning the company name over here. So LLC, or for instance, in the Netherlands, you have BV. I want to out of the company name. And then I am again retrieving the first name, the company name, and the result. And I'm asking ChatGPT to make a conversational, approachable email writing email. So basically we use this template, and it pushes the clean company name and the result. So the personalized line is going over here. And for notes, the readers will pick the most interesting part from the website. And if you can't find any, you should make sure to talk about how interesting it is that they are specific markets. So sometimes ChatGPT can't find anything on the website. And then I wanted to have a more neutral take on the market they are in. So still, if they are reading the email, they say, all right, they have did some kind of research in our market. And then upload it to Instantly again, and we are updating the Excel sheet. So that is if you want to do it with your own data. I'm now thinking I didn't do the other part of the LinkedIn Job Scraper part, but it's basically if you don't have a name, then it goes to any mail finder, and the difference is that we are asking any mail finder to make sure that the decision maker is set. So what you want to do is, if we go to any mail finder API, we can check over here, find person's email, and then you have the, or find emails at company, it is the company name we have already, and what we want is the decision maker email. So we basically say the decision maker category over here is, for example, CEO. What it's then going to do is, based on the domain name, it's going to find the CEO, but it also can be the HR manager or the IT manager, depending on which you want to make sure to find. It will find it, and then again it will scrape the website, remove the HTML, and this is the same part basically as over here. So it's getting the recent growth, the clean company name, it's getting the first name. This is something different because any mail finder pushes full names, but in email you want to only use the first name, of course, otherwise it's a little bit strange. So I asked them to push only output only the first name, so I can use it again in the cold email. And this is basically the same template we have with the other workflows. So as you recognize, I'm not going to go in depth on N8N itself. You can find a lot of documentation on the website or a lot of YouTube videos, but this is the full 2 AI SDR workflows I use. So underneath this video, you can download the JSON files. The only thing you have to do is you have to import it from file, and then you have exactly what you see over here, so you won't have to make it from scratch. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know.